What's up, guys? NBA talk. I just want to go do a review of what I thought about the season of 2015-2016 of the NBA. A lot of things that went down, a lot of great achievements, and a couple of disappointments. Of course, you have to have both in this league. So let's start off with pretty much the most promising and the most noticeable achievement thing going on, and that is the Golden State Warriors legendary season run, 2015 slash 2016. Pretty much dominating every team in their path, taking down a whole bunch of top teams like Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, Cleveland Cavaliers, Clippers, their rivals. Um, just beating down every team that stepped in their way. They started off the season with 24-0. They had a they have currently the longest undefeated streak at home in NBA history, dating back to the last year's season, 2014 slash 2015. I believe is up to 50 um, at home. Um, and of course their biggest achievement. Well, let me get to that. They're also the first team to shoot and make 1,000 threes at home. Well, all 1,000 threes overall, which is a big achievement. But of course, like I was saying before, the biggest achievement, which we all know, um, surpassing the Chicago Bulls of 1995 and 1996 as the most wins in a single season with 73 wins and only 9 losses. So that is a huge thing. Leaving themselves as possibly the greatest team ever assembled um, in the history of basketball. Not not just by how much talent they all have, but the way how they play together, how they shoot the ball, how they play defense. Yeah, and you have your MVP Stephen Curry going on a huge tirade, just destroying everybody in his path, shooting 3 pointers from everywhere, going on one of the greatest MVP runs, one of the greatest player runs in NBA history, shooting over 30 points, uh, 40%, at least 40 plus for the 3 point range, breaking a whole bunch of records involving the three. It includes most consecutive games making at least one 3 point shot, most threes in a single season, which in itself, he breaks two milestones unprecedented in the NBA, and that is being the first player to make 300 3-pointer shots, and then again breaking that record by being the first player to reach 400 3-point made shots. In itself, that is phenomenal. Making yourself the first of everything, first of something, is in will just leave you in the history books forever. So Stephen Curry, who is pretty much going to be the MVP of this season, I know I will vote for him to be MVP. Um, Back-to-back MVPs, and now the teams are looking to close the deal for a championship run, who I expect will be in the NBA Finals. So we have that. You have the San Antonio Spurs, who also made history of themselves as well, being the number one defensive team in the league of this season. That's fantastic. You have Kawhi Leonard, possible defensive player of the year. LaMarcus Aldridge going on a crazy run too. Um, the team ties the record for most. um, most wins at home to start the season for the season of 2015-2016. This whole season, most wins in a season, tying the Celtics of 1985-1986 with Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, Parrish, and all that. Um, that's just fantastic, man. Fantastic. Also, their undefeated streak at home, most well tied. Well, actually, yes. New record for most. Actually, I have to take that back. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But the San Antonio Spurs went on a crazy run, and they are not far off of what the Golden State Warriors were doing. They were just beating people up too. Um, this year we had the whole bunch of triple doubles. I think this is the most ever triple doubles we have this season. You have Russell Westbrook putting up triple doubles, tying the all time record for most triple doubles in a single season to Magic Johnson with 18. You have LeBron James putting triple doubles. Who else? I know there's a whole bunch of people putting up triple doubles. You know, Rondo, the Green Free Ganis, just a whole bunch. It's just been one crazy season. What else? What else? What else? We had the All Star weekend being memorable. Well, at least at certain points. The dunk contest been being revived by Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon, doing one of the greatest dunk contests we've ever seen in years since Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. You had the 3-point shooting contest put on a huge show, being pretty much the main event, even though not being the main event. You have an All Star game that was just terrible. Um, yeah, that for that. We also had a couple of disappointments. Houston Rockets with their issues, Washington Wizards and their issues, the Sacramento Kings with DeMarcus Cousins and George Karl issues going on. You have the 76ers losing an all-time record again, just sucking so badly, even with having the second overall pick, well, the third overall pick, Joel Okafor. You have the Lakers and their controversy with D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young thing. You have the Cavaliers trying to struggling to keep themselves number one, not looking like a team that actually could beat the Golden State Warriors if they ever meet in the finals. So that is that. A whole bunch ups and down. You have the Toronto Raptors being underrated um, in the second seed. You have the Trailblazers keep themselves alive by the backs of Damian Lillard and McCollum, just pretty much carrying this team without the Marcus Aldridge being not there, Nicholas Batum not being there, Wesley Matthews not being there. Pretty much showing how strong they are. Also, the Mavericks showing how strong they are after going through a horrible offseason with DeAndre Jordan leaving. Just not just left them deflated. You have a whole bunch of injuries going on with the Mavericks, but still keeping themselves in the playoffs, which is crazy. You have the Clippers and the Blake Griffin situation being gone for so long, and all of a sudden these guys are starting to keep them. They just kept themselves alive with Chris Paul leading the way, going on a complete run. And so yeah, and of course, the lastly, of course, the last season, the farewell of Kobe Bryant. Yesterday we just saw the last game. He put up 60 points, which is phenomenal. the last season, or Michael Jordan of our era, of the 2000s. He has been the Michael Jordan of our era for the longest time. Now he's gone. Things are going to get less bright, especially in the LA Lakers nation. There's a huge question mark of what's going to go down in LA after all the controversy they're going through, after so many losses. That Lakers are no longer seen as what they used to be. So you got to wonder what's going to be happening to them. And of course, you have my New York Knicks just going back and forth, or just teasing us with depression, um, going on a good run in the first half of the season, and then just completely fell off in the second season. We had coaching issues with Derek Fisher, with his controversy with Matt Barnes, and end up being fired. And then you have Kurt Rambis filling in uh, the struggles. Um, Phil Jackson rumors. It's just a whole lot of mess between the two mega cities, LA and New York, pretty much struggling. Once great, one of the pretty much premier cities, premier teams in the world, no longer seen as that. The only thing I can see from my New York Knicks is the bright side and the upside of Kristaps Porzingis. The only thing that pretty much seemed to be good our way, basically. So that's pretty much it. The dominance of the Golden State Warriors, the dominance of the San Antonio Spurs, the farewell of Kobe Bryant as he steps away from the basketball game forever. Um, yeah. So that's it. I have a whole bunch of videos coming up. Predictions. Because I'm gonna do a video by video um, um, of each matchup. So stay tuned. I'll be putting up a couple of videos, and then of course I have my end series. The first time I ever do this, of who I think was good, who's MVP, who's Rookie of the Year, who's Defensive Player of the Year, who's Coach of the Year, and all that. So I'll check y'all later. Showtime out. Peace.